tell you they get them when you die. Always want to see me they cry. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, man? For change. Yes. Good evening. Welcome to this another edition today. Of course, today we can discuss on the ongoing issue between the Sierra Leone Teachers Union and the Government of Sierra Leone. But whilst we wait for orders, them with the jolly. So why worry? Baby, no worry. Take them easy. Suffer. Life no bad. This life, no vanity. When you can was not in a vanity. When you can was not in a vanity. Take the money you get na vanity. 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 What's it to care vanity? Vanity. Yes, family. Good evening. This is the program today. Of course, today we did talk about the Sierra Leone Central Teachers Union. I always the mistake there with the Sierra Leone Central Union. The Sierra Leone Teachers Union, the SLTU, and the ongoing saga with the government of Sierra Leone. We can discuss, of course, as soon as they follow up today. School for the open officially in Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, nothing will go on because of the strike action. So we can start with this, but before that, we'll go to Jolly Force.
$10 a month for Voxy Mobile means I have loads of extra cash.
Time to get your
Sierra
Leone
with the innocent. Making machine. Today we can discuss the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, the issue with the government of Sierra Leone on the issues that wouldn't be raised and regarding this strike action waiting start today. Of course, we say today we school for open officially in Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, that's not be happen because of the ongoing strike action by the Sierra Leone Teachers Union. They wanna share to others them and make them can listen and get their own input. What do you think on this saga? The Sierra Leone Teachers Union saga and between the Sierra Leone Central Teachers Union and the government of Sierra Leone. What do you wanna think? And I'll always share to others them. May them join the live program. So today, Sierra Leone, the schools are for the open today, but unfortunately, we see that not be right because teachers they're not going to school, and so that prevents the learning process today from happening in Sierra Leone across the country. All government schools and government assisted schools them at the county not be able open. We see even some reporters from Micah's online TV where they visit some schools them at the eastern part of Freetown And also they also do an interview with the Deputy Secretary General of the union, when the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, we get Ion take on this ongoing saga. We get, and this of course with so many more we can discuss today on this program. For share to friends, them colleagues, men enjoying the program. Mama, pray for me. I'm in the jungle. I want to make money. Pray for me. Papa, pray for me. Oh no, I guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. You can also join the YouTube channel via the YouTube channel with Micah's Online TV if you want partake by the program, either on a Facebook or the YouTube. Both of them, you can join the program to the channels on there. Thank you very much. As I am taking this journey, the road to success will be something be funny. Sometimes you go get level, sometimes you go stumble. But I depend on you to prepare a table before me. Baba, take me away from this wilderness. Protect me from the things that you said I will give my stress. This year my life was sweet. I'm tired with this bitterness. I must make this money. I beg you, Baba, beg you give access. Oh yeah, pray for me. And also, part of the discussion today, we therefore also continue for discuss on the issue of the Chief Samuel Samsumana, and of course the that of the electoral justice, because it's not a continuous discussion. Because we still see the saga they continue, especially that of Chief Samuel Samsumana, when the former vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. First we start with this SLCU saga today. SLTU, sorry, saga where the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, of course, that we don't issue them press release last week with them call for a strike action with no teacher with the work now any of the government schools them or government assisted schools them no for go now the schools them. And today that strike action come into effect. We get people them, of course, reporters them across we go even as some schools them for go find out if indeed the strike action be go be all water as the SLTU be promised. And we also see a press release from the government of Sierra Leone where they say how they don't settle that issue in terms of the backlog we then get for the second and third terms them of last year, where they say they don't pay their money then they according to them. And also they say they don't forward even the receipt to I think the president of the union, winner Sierra Leone Teachers Union, the president. And but still we see say the strike action continue, nothing or change. uh, of course we can discuss why that did happen, which happened, the teachers did not show up, why even though government say they don't pay and they don't forward the receipts them to the union, the representatives them. I think the only people that we go to the private schools them, of course, then not to government assisted schools them free from their saga there. So when we discuss today, of course, you can make your own contribution to go to the comment section, or you can request for join the program. Um, if you want for also make a verbal contribution towards the program. This the reality program. Money, I beg you, Baba, make you give access. Oh, yeah, pray for me. Mama pray for me. I'm in the jungle. I want to make money. Oh yeah, pray for me. Papa pray for me. Oh no, I guide my footsteps in this journey. Oh yeah, pray for me. As I am going out, Baba, please bless my hustle. Give me the courage to move on. Taking my muscle. As you see me so, you don't tell me how to struggle. My own portion of blessing, I beg that you give me a double. Now share to others them. Now share to others them to groups and then join the program. Fambo, once again, welcome to the program. And of course, as I promised you now, we can discuss the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, the saga with the government of Sierra Leone on the strike action and the non-payments, based on the non-payment of subsidies and so many other points that the union be raised against the government. And first of all, we dey start with the letter where the union be pulled last week, where they call for the strike action, and of course they raised 9 points then from that letter they where they call say because of that cannot they go for teach again until, and then call on the members them not for join, not for go teach until the government of Sierra Leone able address the issues in they. Now, of course, part of the 9 points in the way they raised that the non-payment of the second and third term of 2024 and 2025 academic year school subsidies. And of course, they say the government will ensure say they make a prompt payment of school fees subsidies too before the commencement of this academic year, winner 2025-26. And of course, they say also government will rectify the non-payment, the underpayment because nobody pay some teachers as well, and other other issues. I'm sorry, where they say they for make. They say the government will also review the current amount uh, we then pay per pupil, because I think that they pay 10 leons per pupil. Of course, that they for teachers them not sustainable at all. So then things the government need to reconsider that particular fee the way they pay per pupil. Instead of 10 leons, maybe then for the government for increase that. And of course, also the status of schools approved by a school by the government without financial support. This now one of the points that Bakuria raised uh, for make the government go take into account the for also the effective teaching and learning process, where then for make them go able to enhance that quality with the government they talk about. Let's say government need for also with immediate effect resume the supply of teaching and learning materials them to the schools them. So of course then they go able to help in the provision of quality education service to the picking them. And the other point where they raise now the government for indicates the human capital development. Of course, where the government we don't indicate them, but also therefore also improve on that, especially on the vocational institutions or technical institutions in the country. Therefore, the last point, the second to last point, they said that for reinstate and on payment of backlog, where backlog of salaries for genuine teachers. They don't say the fake teachers or the ghost teachers. For the genuine teachers, them where they be don't suspend, where the government be don't suspend the payroll since July 2025. And the last but not the least point where they raised now the non-payment of the performance basis the performance-based financing to the primary schools them across the county. They say for a very long time the government
don't stop this payment of performance-based financing to primary schools. Them now we see where the government be say through a press release where they say they don't settle that issue there in terms of the backlog, especially the one we get to deal with the second and third term backlog for the subsidies for the schools. Them they say they don't pay and they don't even forward the receipts of payment to representatives of the Sierra Leone Teachers Union. But even when the government say so, they don't make their payments and they don't forward their receipts, and the union still insists say now for make the then go allow the teachers them for go continue for teach. Therefore, not only for see the receipts them because this government don't prove on several occasions say first of all like either get a bounce check that like a fake check where they go deliver the check but the check not fake it bounce back money no they or nothing, you understand. So the teachers that they insist say now until the commercial banks the way the government say they don't make them payments there until they forward them money then they to the various school accounts them before ever and they see them na their account and they don't reflect the before ever them go allow them teachers them for continue for go teach. You know, let me then say too much lie back, fine. You know, politics it can play them, but not all time, not all cyber it can play them. It's very important for me to be truthful sometimes. And this I don't lead to this point. Of course, we don't see a government, for example, where even they don't go outside, where they don't go even disgrace the country, where they make a forgery receipt of a hotel. Of course, it's in that when I know see that in maybe even carry that saga with the then Auditor General. Laura Taylor Pierce, where then suspend him. Eventually, they remove him from in office as the Auditor General together with in deputy. So uh, we get government where they do the kind of thing, and the trust definitely they go down. People they not go believe again whatever that government they say. It just about like for example, if on a get Christmas, huh? Then every day they are like, hey, the rebel, they come. But none of this rebel. Every day they are like, now, when it's guy, they are like, rebel, they come. But none of this rebel them. At the end of the day, even if the rebel can now, in reality, you understand? And in the Allah now, nobody not go pay attention to reggae because then it could take us not the usual habit. You understand? And when I in the app with the current situation. Now, the government they say they don't forward even the receipts. They receipt them to the union representatives them for make them go able to start the teaching back. But the union they insist now say no until their money then they reflect on the various schools they account them before ever then will allow the teachers them for go to school. And it makes sense. It make a total sense. You understand, eh? Because on several occasions, this government don't they put dates them. They don't they fix dates them for settle the issues they are they happen. They happen. You understand? So not to at this moment, then we can make them kind promises and they possible to say maybe even a fake receipts that they make. We don't see them inside this government. We say diamond they turn to stone. Now receipt and go turn to paper. Of course, not paper. You understand? So the teachers then back they say no until we see the money they are reflect na the various schools they account them before ever we go continue with and of course they say they not just go and I don't call ourselves talk to the teachers that for continue for go begin the learning process by the teaching process, but for they will also get a consultative meeting with them and they make a final decision based on the than they. So now this point with the at this particular point that we did right now, we the Sierra Leone Teachers Union back don't insist, and rightly so, of course, not the right stand, because them back get family for take care. Maybe then them back some of the we get picking them, they don't even buy any school material yet for the young picking them. So I wanna expect say then you picking them back for girls school. You understand? So the government back need to be realistic, they need to come out and make the necessary arrangement there, make the payment as soon as possible to the government, to the teachers them, so the picking back will resume their education properly. And if you look at the money where they spend, even on international trips, for example, any travel where the president of Sierra Leone travel, it is spent no less than around $100,000. You understand that now just like uh maybe the minimum. You understand? And we all can see the delegation we can go with. We all can see that delegation the way it can go with. Now that $100,000 there, if you convert them to leons, make I just give on a rough conversion rate now. Then 2 billion. You understand, eh? 2 billion 245,000 45 million leons. Now, how many teachers then get at the country? This particular money, they don't even do for pay, maybe even for the second and third term backlog of school subsidies. That are the minimum I dey tell you where then they spend whenever the president travel outside the country. $100,000. Mind you, it go on chartered flights and it go with in delegation. You understand? It can get ministers, them, it can get MPA, it can get so many people that we can go with. So you can imagine, you understand, they go with them people, they go book hotel. Now, and not to just maybe in ordinary hotels, then they go book at them 5-star hotels there. We know how the people that they spend the country in money. You understand? So now, but always it go out. People then at the country, teachers and then you will get even some teachers and maybe na 1.5 million euros that they pay when a 1,500 euros. Some they even less than that. So why we use that skip money is solve them problems that you have folks way more eminent and more important than maybe even some of them trips there we can go so, because some of them trips I don't know can even make any tangible contribution to the country. We get representatives in other countries and the will say it can go. Any country we can go so far, we can get a diplomatic mission. We can get to the embassy, the Sierra Leone embassy there. And that embassy there for able to handle some of the issues here. Not to all trips then the president for go. Yes, certain trips and they maybe we can be important, it can go. It makes sense. But every half trip where the president gets, trust me, it'll go with a delegation. And that's not a huge cost to the people of Sierra Leone. Where the money then they if then they use them for for solve more important issues than the country. Now teachers they go on strike, so money not they for pay them. Electricity then at the problem then at the country. Nothing. People they know they go without electricity for days, some month for even weeks or months, they know they get electricity. Some don't even used to darkness. You understand? So instead of that frequent traveling abroad, why you not go stay back home, try for solve, use the money, then they solve some of them problems and they. In fact, the funniest things of what they even do, they get like the president's like a blank check where it just any amount you want for spend, it is spent on anything, which of course not also accounting for wrong. Because they go give somebody they go give somebody a blank check for just they use the money anyhow. No, you can forget checks and balances. You get for they get for the query, some of the expenses, them, some of the travel things, them. But the moment you do that, they no problem. We all see what happen, even with Lara Taylor Pierce, where they suspend her, eventually they remove him from the office as the auditor general. That's what we want the countries, this country for good. I believe we say we only admire other countries, they're not a magic, not a rocket science making them develop. No. Now because the people then puts the countries first, then puts the young people them first, and they afraid the young people them not to the other way around. We in the case of Sierra Leone, now the people are they afraid the politicians them. And they always tell people they say the moment Sierra Leoneans them then gets that mindset, then able to change the mindset instead of the politicians them for free, instead of them for free the politicians them, now the politicians them for free them. The moment they get that mindset that I they tell you see that country you know they take 5 years it they develop. Nothing of the change that. But the biggest challenge will be they get is not the inverse. The people then are then they afraid the politicians there. In fact, the moment you get small position, you know a semi-god. That's really you. But you not forget, not for even maybe ask you, not forget my nigga for ask you question, there's not disrespect. You understand? You don't forget opinion against the leader, there's not disrespect. You know, for say anything where they go against that particular leadership there, a problem for you. How we expect that country they for go before. Now teachers done this right now. Money no they for pay them. They just return to them. We then put press release today. Tomorrow then go put another fake press release. Now, okay, the real press release on come out. Then say they don't pay. They don't even forward the receipt to them, payment receipt to them to the teachers, teachers union representatives. And unfortunately, the teachers there, which of course rightly so, then get the right to do that, for insist say until the teachers then say until they see them payments and they reflect at the various schools their account before ever then go talk to the teachers then for go teach. And it makes sense. It makes sense because based on previous incidents that we don't happen, you know they trust them kind people and you know they trust them kind governments and they where they keep on lying, keep on saying the same, they saying one thing and contrary. So you see the problem we the country they face at the moment. Whereas they don't picking them, no, the way they face them issues there. No, they all they go school. In fact, we school open. So if you go in them private schools, them they're all open. Nothing no they disturb them, and they don't picking them. If they're not salon, they go to them private schools. Now the most expensive private schools them that they go. You understand? Are the most expensive private schools and they go to the country. Not you know they all some of them maybe they even then picking in the abroad. So how you they expect then kind thing they are for continue? No, boo. Let's be realistic. You understand? They don't pick it and none of they will be affected by this strike action. Now the poor people they don't picking them we forcing na yeah na pa the school government schools and they didn't above say they picking them we able learn, go school, learn and come out better in society. So they are the government of Sierra Leone will they talk to una try for resolve this issue with the Sierra Leone teachers them and make them go resume the education back the country. And of course, we see one case we happened recently between the Minister of Lands, when Dr. Senesi and Admaya Bio, we Admaya Bio na the kola kumole kola the mama of freedom. Sorry, you understand? We I think that they get a land issue. So of course we don't see videos then we admire Bio, they even lambast the minister where he claims here I think money transfer between them and So because of that, now at the end of the day, what happened? The chief minister, the minister of lands, take Adamaya Bio to court, and the courts don't put an injunction where they say Adamaya Bio no for comment, no for talk anything regarding this particular issue because it did na the court of law. Of course, until they so made it we'll just tell una say that this they go on right now. The courts don't pass an injunction. I guess Adamaya Bio say enough for comment on the issue, especially on social media, or make any statement regarding this particular issue. So until the 10th of this month, I think Daga for be Wednesday, we then go resume back the case between he and the Minister of Lands. Now, the Samsumana issue. But before that, let's enjoy first.
Baba, take me away from this wilderness. Protect me from the things them. Where you be said and they give my stress. This year my life goes sweet.
Anyway, low play crowd in everybody. Black Cleo. You know, so some of them Black Cleo with it.
I ain't trying. What up? Platinum sounds. Lord more on the track. Go. Me sweet potato sugar. Me sweet banana. For real, baby. The apple of my eyes. It's in the small banana. The rose apple. Make your eyes a see. The way you blow. But you know me like music. Yeah. She's so edible, sophisticated. Boss the chick, man, she's so educated. To make sure she's mine, I'm dedicated.
So now the Chief Samsumana issue, where of course it don't they go on, and people still concerned, and they see someone they send me message regarding this particular issue of Samsumana, where they say waiting they go on. So man they say if the APC mistake is Samsumana, they go lost the next elections. So man they say this, so man they say that. Yes. First of all, as I say last week, this particular issue is complicated but not complicated. It depends to in the individual when Chief Alaji Samsumana and also the APC if they were able to resolve this particular issue amicably. First of all, the APC gets and all political parties in the world so far then gets their own constitution where they in alignment with the national constitution. You understand? And it not only political parties them, but all institutions them then gets them policies them. Where if you're not a member of that particular institution, you get to go according to the policy or the constitution of that particular institution. That if you want continue to be a member. Unfortunately, we see after the saga in 2014, around that 13-14, where Chief Samuel Sam Sumana they eventually go form or he go be part of the C4C down on the Coalition for Change. Although he is not to inform him, now call out for go lead the party, which of course is good. But he did another party day. It was around 2016-17. He did another party day. So, and he led the party in the 2018 elections. Now, he led the party, the Coalition for Change, when I C4C. Of course, we see through down the way, then we win some seats. Them, na kono, gonna only kono na they be able to win. Of course, them based on that they may win seats them for one parliament. Now, where they win the seats, then they, of course, in the Chief Samusumana not be able to achieve aims and objective to be the president of Sierra Leone. Eventually, he say he come back now the APC. Okay. They reconcile, it come na APC back. But during the time was around 2022, 23. Yes, when the APC began that saga, of course, we know them court case them, the NRM, where then we take the party to court. We see Alfred Conte later in back eventually he take the party to court, and they be even form an interim body where be the oversee the functioning of the party through the court's judgment. Gonna the courts be make the form that interim body day. Okay. Now the chief Samuel Sam Sumana can make a payment as the evidence show. He say it pay up to it pay even in backlog of in party membership. Of course, the party be through the courts that we don't pass. The court be don't pass a judgment say the party for readmit, not to reinstate, but to readmit the outstanding members, members that we get issues them, whether be also whether be don't drive, like in the case of Chief Sam Sumana. Now one of the people that will they be pulled from the party. So they say the party for readmits them members and they move forward. They make them go ahead with the convention. So now based on Adrian Fisher, when be the judge on this particular issue, we pass this verdict. The party we go make the pronouncements, okay, for make them go reinstate. Sorry, apologies. For make them go readmit Chief Samuel Samsumana at the party convention. And there is a difference between reinstatement and readmission. When they reinstate you, that means that they put you back into your previous position where you be occupy, with all the benefits that will come around that. Whereas readmission, you they come as a new member, as a member that they can give back a membership card. But they get the benefits that way you plan to get again. You they start afresh. Okay. So Chief Samuel Samsmana, they be readmit him into the party. That was 2023. You understand? So when they readmit him, that no means he get the right for make them go reinstated to in previous position where he be occupy. Of course, in be the vice president of Sierra Leone. That's how them pull on. Now, Chief Samuel Samsmana we go make even a payment to Samuel Conte. Sorry, Alfred Conte, where na be the interim leader where the court be put. It be imposed on the APC. Because me they talk this, me they tell this now imposition. They impose them on the APC. You understand? So when they impose them on the APC, now they run the party under the court verdict today. So some Samsmana can pay to them, and he say for a membership for can register, but he say they pay back up to 2016. Yeah, from 2016 to 2023 to the present time, we in go do the registration, the payment. Unfortunately, when all can remember say 2016, Chief Samuel Samsmana na be member of the C4C, that the Coalition for Change, and even contest under the C4C. Now, in the Constitution of Sierra Leone, nobody no for be a member of of two political parties at the same time. That's not a constitutional breach. So you don't breach even the Constitution of Sierra Leone. How they go pay for a membership starting from 2000 backlog, starting from 2016, where you will be a member of another political party? That's not a constitutional breach. So it don't even make sense. In fact, if, for example, the APC mistake, I know they say that they do it or not. If they make, for example, the Ghan flag bearer, you understand, they get the ticket. This they also open another case because the SLPP go even take them to court. Then for a for a breach of the constitution, sorry, we this man be a member of a political party. Then how comes they go be back a member of another political party? No, they're against the constitution of Sierra Leone. In a be member of C4C, you understand? So automatically, at that particular moment, in not a member of the APC. So you see, you say you don't put yourself, the situation where you don't put yourself. I make sometimes they say more time you have to be patient with life. Yes, we know the issues that will be happen. Now you make it go see for see. But of course, now if you don't come back at the APC where they readmit them, they just have to start afresh. Of course, you know they can start as ordinary member because you ain't getting money for pay for a patron or even the highest. So we're attending at the patron and at the honorary patron membership and at the highest level at the party. You can't able pay for that. You get the finance. But for say they go pay from 2016 to that present time when at 2023, now that was a totally wrong decision. I don't know that would I advise them, but the person or the people that we advise them based on that, then they advise them wrongly or wrongly, because uh, they're against the constitution of Sierra Leone. They be a member of two political parties at the same time. Now you can be a member today. You want you discard that, you deregister yourself. There you go. Join another political party. That's not not a problem. But they be a member of two political parties, uh, member to two political parties at the same time. It's totally wrong. They're against the constitution of Sierra Leone. So then the only way advice on that, they advise on wrongly. Um, Now they say we come now to the issue of how they call electoral justice. When I want another stop. Uh, of course, I listened to briefly. I be watch Dr. Samora we then do interview with say Ibrahim with America and Cashbox with the interview. And according to Indian Dr. Samora, what he say from your statement, he say na he initiates even the call to the president when His Excellency Julius Maada Bio for making them go find a common ground on the impasse that the issue will be to go on. Okay, so Indo initiates the call. A good day according to not to even Prositoku na Intoka. You see, after that, when Ian Madabio don't go see at the turn now, inform the party leadership, the party executive say, he don't go see Madabio. And what this occurs, so he want them go see Ernest Michael Mada, the then former president of Sierra Leone, we be Dana McKinney. He say, then go meet him. We then go to Ernest, he explain, and they say, okay, again, he get a blessings, okay, when I go. So, according to Ram, he say, now he initiates the call. He initiate the idea for make them be able to come into the medieval reconcile. So I don't understand electoral justice people when I put we into a particular position. When a leader, the leader we na him be the lead the APC as a flag bearer, he say that he initiates the call and go find Madabio. And after that, when come on, they call the party leaders
and inform them. They even go na makini, go inform the former president, then in get a blessing. It's okay, no problem. Okay. So now, what's not the issue again? The moment you don't go, because mind you, they don't hold up the government to ransom. There was no way where the government will be able to function because not a one party state, not a democratic government, not a democratic country. Sorry. Now, when the the government, one of the opposition, and that's and be only one opposition within a parliament. Of course, now only two political parties in a parliament, and that's not the stupidity. I'd use this word really of the other opposition parties. Then the smaller parties, C4C, and the is a Yom Kiladan Yon other political party. They're all people that they advise, they say, we not go to this line where the government this government a deceptive government. Then support the idea of going for PR system, and they tell us, hey, if we not go with this PR system, some of we not going to go even kind of parliament again. Then I'll be believe. Then go. Because the government lie to them, and then get an evil society people that become they call them civil society. Then, for example, this one now we don't be the PRO. Edmond Abuba also. They begin the Lavali, they get any fake survey where they can do statistics, then get any fake thing. They say, and I saw the people they say, and so this. We know the evil society, the people then they all belong to political parties. So that they only portray, you understand, waiting the benefits the political party within the way that they support. So then go make them fake surveys and they say how the people in a PR system, which of course that was a lie. And then the smaller parties then back then we support the idea today, and then they cry. You understand? They no get representative parliament. Okay. Now this particular thing do happen we C4C no dey Yom Kiladan party no dey again. Una for don't just stick to the plan. Nobody no for gonna parliament, no councillor no for work, no mayor no for work. The city council for enough to be operational. You understand? Unfortunately, now make I say, we una the elect people, una no elect people the way too poor. Now one of the things in the Nibakwe and Bog. Some of the members of parliament say we they elect we now poor people. You understand? Some man don't go to us money for make a go contest for member of parliament. So you have to pay them money then they to people them. When the party be make that position say, may nobody know go to parliament. Now then now begin the tower. We know then some of the members of parliament and then now begin the pressure. Say how makes sense for now look which are the land themselves. Of course, they don't care about the interest of the people in the country. Then are their own selfish interest. At the end of the day, they're going to parliament. What's happen? Nothing. And I tell some people and say, if the APC for be stick to that plan, say they're not going to parliament, they're not they participate in any governmental function as to any to defend that election day, therefore they'll be conducted back. There was no way because the government will get no way out. They not get no way out. If therefore we don't stick to that plan, irrespective of which they talk or which they happen, nothing. They say nothing, they know they accept that result. There was no way with the government to go function. So the only possible way for reconduct back the elections.
But no, then to awango. All the man want eat it. They want go thief. In fact, what they make self, they go make arrangement with the government. Okay, they for pay the backlogs there, so then go na parliament. Now for their interest, then care about. They not care about the people. So now they fight for politicians, hey, they don't care about now. Now for their interest and the family, the immediate family members, then now you don't care about. If therefore we stick to that plan, this electoral justice will they talk about so or not for the talk about. Therefore, we don't even conduct the elections. And now the leader of that don't talk say. Now he initiates the conversation. Now he come with the idea. Okay, now they don't form a tripartite. So why when people that go and deceive others, they say that they can't over give power to Dr. Samuel Kamara. May nobody not deceive on herself. When I left for good, they deceive people there. Now it don't pass 2 years, and history they tell we say, one day happen. One day happen, except through a revolutionary front, like you understand. But for say through democratic means, or so maybe even a call to flow, there's a possibility. Because it don't happen at Kenya, although Kenya, not just few months, was it 1 or 2 months, where the court passed a verdict, they say therefore reconduct back the election. But no, you're not gonna court. Of course, I understand the reason why they're not gonna court, because the NEC not release the result. So whose result will they will challenge? That was the biggest problem. So when I for them just stick to the plan, no participation. But no, they are gonna agree. The honorable, they all hungry, they all want eat, they all not adult people there. So when I enforce them and for gonna na parliament, so you want money, you want for go and enjoy the fine woman there. Saying now no, then they go and for go some man no they go and for go do any better thing for just go enjoy life. Where they go pay money, what did you go do now for fine woman there? They know they even develop their constituencies there. And the good thing about them, which is rather unfortunate for the nation, and a PR system, the knows honorable we really responsible in a young constituency for all are responsible. So now they chill any carry. You see the problem. Sometimes when we they elect people, a lot also they scrutinize them. The way they check them background financially and otherwise. Because when you go put somebody we know financially okay, stable, don't put yourself into trouble. So na me advice and the electoral justice people do ya wanna ignore them thing and wanna left for with the deceive people there. Nothing not for change again by this election. The thing is, and now we don't even, in fact, if I can post on my Facebook where the Secretary General when a lawyer Dumbuya to I think I don't know who's meeting with Ngopa. They don't even talk and publicly say that meeting where someone Chief Sumano Kapen where Naimbi be the former chairman of the SLPP and of course eventually he don't join the APC. And see how the party executive, SLPP executive, the diplomatic corps, that in diplomatic community and how them call themselves civil society organizations and they be go na the Irish embassy in Freetown where then go agree say Dr. Samuel Kamana win the elections so therefore hand over again the power. Uh, lawyer lawyer Dumbuya, Lansana Dumbuya, and don't deny that and they say not to so EB. He say the party not ever participate in any Irish meeting and they not even get any knowledge about any meeting. So you see the problem now. Who that they talk the truth? We don't know. So Manu Kapen, when say you put that information there, now you want to know. Now the party don't deny. Of course, the deputy publicity secretary, Pope Kamara, Mohamed Pope, we don't also deny that. Now the secretary general of the party don't also say not to so EB. So who say now? Who that they talk the truth? We don't know. When I left, we're going to confuse the people of this country. The people that want to forget a straight political party where they tell them the reality. When they see how other political parties and they operate. Now, yeah, in fact, we see we even the deputy prime minister resigned just for a duty stamp. At the end of the day, now persuading reshuffle and we'll get another deputy minister, prime minister. But really, in fact, they don't lie don't become in fact the norm. Politicians and now, in fact, me I dey suggest instead of they use the Bible and the Quran for go they go swear where then they take oath. Do ya make them go they use them go swear them. Maybe then they go make up politicians then begin to take them work they are serious. Because trust me, them go swear that they walk past the Bible and the Quran right now. In fact, some money take God like say na phony stuff. You understand? That they go swear to the Bible, that they go swear by the Quran. When they make, they just a laugh. They know they do nothing. They take their oath, then they not. They will suggest say, men them go they take oath with them bomb swear there. With the bomb swear there, maybe they go afraid because bomb swear mistake or lie they affect you any generation. Maybe now so now we get for what they do instead of them just then they use the Bible and the Quran. Trust me, if they begin to implement it in a parliament, if they see way beaucoup things and they change. But if you then just the cinema they go swear by the Bible and the Quran, where somebody take an answer in a phone, no problem. We go continue for recycle the same lie politicians them where they can deceive people them all the time. Today I not get much for say. I know I keep on along. I just say make I can discuss with una on the Sierra Leone Teachers Union issue with the government, and of course a brief una on this some smaller issue with that of the electoral justice issue. So that's all. And of course, if you watch even on page, when I see also where I share one pathetic video do you beg the one with the Caribbean drugs in Sierra Leone with the big one on a limit. If none of this stops about on a limit. Because the authorities then I will not know if maybe them back now part of the deal them or not. Well, for the first time, even during the Civil War, Sierra Leone people they nobody go eat dirty. Then they go not the dirty box them go eat food there even during the Rebel War. But now look at the youth man, then they go now they rubbish food we don't boil, we don't rotty. Like say they not crazy people them. They go fend their food and they for eat. But now we get the iota of sympathy. Let we sympathize with them kind people here. Let we reduce the importation of them drugs there, the manufacturing of or production of them drugs there. It will harmful to the people there. It will harmful to the youth of them, that country. So I don't get much for say again on this. I tell you all thank you for we wanna join me and by God in power I will come back live